3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of This Guy's Thoughts. Like always, I appreciate swinging by and watching another beer review. Tonight's episode, we're going to take a look at one out of DuClaw Brewing Company. This here is their Tiramisu Imperial Stout. I believe it's, so I got a couple of these from these PastryArchy series here. I got this one. And I got the chocolate covered chocolate bonbon. Tonight we're going to knock out this one here. This is a Imperial Stout coming at 8.5% alcohol by volume, and I believe the IBU is 31. It'll be in the description if you want to know for sure. So let's get a look at the artwork on this can. You get the big slice of layered tiramisu cake there. It looks delicious. It just sets the tone for a chocolate pastry. Looking around on the can here, you got some reading here. DuClaw Brewing out of Baltimore, Maryland. And the back of the can reads, the PastryArchy, room for dessert. Always take delight in this full-bodied tiramisu Russian Imperial Stout. That's like a fork full of your favorite creamy Italian treat. Let's see, bright, airy vanilla notes meet bold cocoa and coffee in such a way that you may not want to share. You might even lick the can. So, as far as the artwork on this thing up here, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 all day long. I like the way that they just have that, you know, you can see the espresso beans there, the chocolate tiramisu cake there, tiramisu cake. So looks fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and crack this open. I haven't looked at any reviews on this. I don't know what anybody else has said about this. So we will crack this open and get a drink on it. And I did pay $2.89 for each of these cans. So for what it is, Imperial Stout, I'm not huge on Imperial Stouts. But for less than $3, I was able to get this. Less than $3, that there. For what it is, it does seem like a pretty good deal. So I did roll this a little bit before I started recording. I know I've had it for over a month. And let's see here. It's hard to read this date on here. But it looks like this is probably a good few months old anyway. So should still be good though. We'll go ahead and crack it open and get a pour on it. See what she offers. As you can see, just a very dark chocolatey, almost motor oily looking pour there. Get the little runner off the side of the can there. Set that up there so you can enjoy that. Get a look at this. We got about 1.5 fingers of a really, you know, a pretty dark brown head up on top of this thing. Just a nice black color, honestly. Just a dark chocolate color. About 1.5 fingers. Creamy brown head, yet there's some larger fisheye bubbles popping inside there. As far as nose, coffee as expected. A little bit of chocolate in here, actually quite a bit of chocolate. Coffee and chocolate. That's pretty much all I'm getting off of this. 8.5% alcohol. I'm not even getting that alcohol nose on this thing here. There's just so much coffee. I can tell there's going to be a ton of coffee in this here. So let's go ahead and get a drink on this. There's the alcohol. Definitely full-on medium body mouthfeel. Cocoa-y bitter finish to this. There's actually a lot more of the cocoa present than I was thinking. I thought for sure it'd be full-on coffee, but I would say, and there's a lot of coffee and there's a lot of cocoa. They balance each other well. They go together well. There's really not one of the two flavors there that are dominating. It's a nice balance, honestly. And like I said, I'm not a big Imperial Stout guy, but I can taste the alcohol as I knew I would be able to. But there's just a lot of coffee, a lot of bittering chocolate in this thing that, or bittering cocoa. It's more of like a powdery cocoa than like a full-on like a chocolate bar. And that stuff is hiding. It's actually masking the alcohol rather well, honestly, for 8.5% ABV beer. Mild, very subtle tones of vanilla in this thing. Honestly, very impressed with this. Still a lot of chocolate, a lot of coffee coming off of this thing. A little bit more coffee as you drink a little bit more of it, and it sets in the back of the mouth there. The back end of the mouth, you get a lot of that espresso, that coffee. But it's actually very good. I'm impressed with this. Just going straight to scoring real quick up here. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. And that's pretty high rating for me for an Imperial Stout. I would probably drink this pretty much anytime it's available. I really like the way the coffee, the espresso-ness, and the cocoa play off of each other. It doesn't really allow one to overpower the other, and that 8.5% alcohol, that alcohol is masked pretty well. It's kind of toned down quite a bit. So, and I believe it's just because of the bittery chocolate and the espresso that is in this thing. So, anyhow, very impressed with it. 4 out of 5 all day long. Like, subscribe, comment, check me out on social media, Untappd, Twitter, Instagram. Hit that notification bell down below. Be sure to check out my other videos. That's my thoughts.